How goes everyone? I'm Ian, this is Hammers Polls, and this week I've been asking fans to give us their predictions to where they think West Ham will finish come the end of the season. Let's take a look and see what everyone thinks. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
Well, I'd be the first to admit that going into Saturday's game against Newcastle, I wasn't full of hope. The lack of signings before the start of the season and then the absolute mess from selling Diangana, I think it just caused bad blood before we even set one foot on the pitch. And unfortunately, it looks like the same old problems are going to haunt us again this season. A confused lineup, not sure what the formation is, not quite sure what the tactics are, and depending yet again on Antonio, who's not a striker, being our striker, when a perfectly decent Haller, who had been doing excellent things pre-season with Diangana, who we've sold, being sat on the bench. So to me, it literally looks like we are going to go through the same old palaver that we did last season. And unless something changes, I can't see us being anywhere apart from bottom half of the table again. I would like to think that Antonio will have another one of his massive end of season resurrections that he did post lockdown when we all came back, but it might happen, it might not, and to depend on him to do that again for us and be our lone striker again and score our goals, I don't know. I'm worried. I am worried, and our next 5 games, covering into October, pretty horrific. Although I have the same hope as always, we'll do something against Tottenham. But I don't know. I think it's going to be another long season. It's going to be another struggle. And I think things are just going to get worse in terms of the relations between the fans. So it's probably a good thing that we're not in the stadium right now, because that obviously would all kick off. But at the same point, I think the players do miss us being in the stadium, so that's going to impact things too. So until things return to some sense of normality, it's going to be another long season.
Hi guys, Ian here, in a bit of an odd position to be recording this, but we have now lost our opening game against Newcastle, and I thought we were going to lose by more goals, to be fair, and we probably should have done. Effort levels were at an all-time low, and just the general performance and demeanour of the team was not positive in any way, shape or form. So I'm not looking forward to playing Arsenal next week. But let's get on to the matter at hand, shall we? Are we going to get relegated? Are we going to be mid-table? Are we going to be in the top 6? Unfortunately, I think it's going to be the former. And I think this could be the year we go down. I know David Moyes pushed some performances out of the team end part of last year. But I didn't see anything that gave me any confidence against Newcastle. We couldn't defend. I didn't see an off-the-ball run that was a forward run that was off the ball until Yarmolenko come on. He was the only player who seemed to sprinting forward. Other than that, they were meandering about and walking slowly, a couple of little jogs here and there. But so there was no quality, there was no urgency, there was nothing, which is very disappointing, but is what it is. I think that's it. My hopefully was 2 fingers up at the board. We'll get that out of the way now and get back to business as normal and start putting in some effort, pull out some results, and hopefully not be drawn into a relegation battle. It's more hope than anything. I don't actually believe that's ever going to happen. I think we're just going to get battered and they'll end up sacking Moyes by December, or he'll walk away, and then where do we go from there? Hopefully your thoughts are a bit more positive. Cheers.
So this week's question is, where will West Ham finish in the league this season? Top 6, top 10, bottom half, or relegation favourites? Now, I don't really want to talk about relegation. The only thing I want to mention with relegation is I think we're going to dip in and out of it this season. I think come Christmas, with our upcoming fixtures, unless something magical happens, I think we'll be at the bottom of the table. I don't feel I can talk about relegation now. We have played one game, and yes, okay, we didn't play well in that game. But I can't sit here and go, yeah, 100% West Ham are going down because, you know, we lost 2-0 against Newcastle. It's not as simple as that. There's many more elements to it. So for me, obviously we are going to struggle if we don't invest. If we do not start buying players before this window shuts, we are going, as I said, we'll be at the bottom of the table at Christmas. 100%. And obviously I don't know the effect that will have on Moyes. So that also makes a difference as well, is will we even have him come Christmas, depending on where we are on the table. We have to invest. If the Newcastle game showed us anything, it's that our lack of investment is going to cost this team something terrible. You know, we have to get a left back. I can't stress it enough. Aaron Cresswell is not good enough to be starting. We need a left back. Do you know what? I mean, this might be controversial. I'd even hold off of a right back, a striker, a centre back, which are positions that need filling. We're a threadbare club. We are threadbare. I mean, we even need a left winger now. We've got rid of Dean Garner. Like, there's so many positions that we really need to put our money into. But it's got to be a left back. I just don't understand how Moyes or the board, I know with the board it's more to do with money, but how they can look at Cresswell and go, cracking player, he's doing a really good job. He isn't doing a really good job. We have to invest, and I think if we don't invest soon in this window, we are going to have so many problems. And again, we're going to dip our toes into the bottom of the table. I have no doubt throughout this season. I can't sit here and say that we're going to be relegated. I know lots of other fans will. I just won't do it. Obviously, we have the January window, which will make a difference. There's a lot to go. It's going to be a long season. The Newcastle match showed us it's 100% going to be a long season for us. But for me, the key thing here is it's investment. I mean, team morale doesn't seem fantastic since Grady went. We are, as I said, threadbare. If we have any major injuries, if Hilaire gets injured, if Antonio gets injured, I mean, Antonio isn't even a striker. We've got Silva, and he hasn't had any time. You know, there's just positions left wing. We've only got Anderson. We're playing Fornals in the wrong position when we could have had Dean Garner there. And there we go. We've sold a player that, to be honest, we really needed. We're not playing Cullen. You know, there's just many decisions here that are going to impact where we place. My gut feeling says we're going to be in the bottom half. I don't think Moyes is going to take us down this season. I think Moyes is going to do what Moyes does, and he's just going to keep us up. As I said, we're definitely going to flirt with the bottom of the table. I don't doubt it. But I don't think we'll go down. But I will say we'll revisit that at Christmas and make a decision then, because right now it's far too soon. Moyes isn't going to take us top 10. He's just not that type of manager. He's not going to do it. He will be in the bottom half. And another thing that it depends on is the teams around us. As I said, it's very early. You know, obviously we shouldn't be relying on teams around us to do worse so we can stay up. That was last season's problem. But until the board go, we are going to be in the same position over and over and over again, because it's just going to be a repeated pattern. It'll be a rinse and repeat. This season, I suspect we'll scrape through. Moyes would have kept us up again, but he's not going to take us any further than the bottom half. It's just not. It's not going to happen. So my gut feeling is bottom half. I don't want to sit here and talk about relegation right now, because it's too early, and there's so many factors involved in all of it. So for me, I think it will be bottom half. I can't see us reaching top 10. As I said, Moyes just isn't that type of manager. As for top 6, I'll eat my hat if we end up in the top 6, because that's just not going to happen. But the key thing here is it's got to be investment. We need to buy. We need to start investing in the team, because that will be our downfall. That 100% will be our downfall. I hope everyone's okay, and I will speak to you soon.
So where will West Ham finish, or what are we likely to achieve this season? At the moment, with relegation favourites for me. We've got less players than we did last season. We haven't brought anyone in. We just lost our first game. And don't blame anyone apart from the three stooges in charge. Carl, Brady, Sullivan, this is all on you. The way the club's been run since we've moved stadium especially. Things haven't improved, and you know, there's been no recruits this summer. What I expect when you sell in players and not bringing any in, unless you've got a squad that is full to the brim and you need to trim it down, which it wasn't the case with our team. It's worrying. So yeah, we were a bit unlucky really on Saturday. We did score a goal, hit the bar twice. We didn't play well at all, but I don't think Newcastle played that brilliant either. So we've got loads and loads of tough fixtures coming up. Nothing's going to be easy, and it's just going to be harder for us. And I can't see how things are going to improve. I've always supported the team, West Ham till I die and all that, but it's something needs to change at the top. So for me, until the owners go, we'll be relegation favourites from here on in. Probably even get relegated. Might even just, you might even deserve it, to be fair. But come on, your minds.
For West Ham fans everywhere, this is the ultimate football app for you. Never miss a thing with the latest West Ham news, gossip and social stories as they break. Download the free COY Irons app now from the App Store and Google Play.